Good morning. Welcome to Church on the Net. And I hope you're having a great week so far. This is the end or the beginning, however you want to look at it. Going into a brand new week. And it is going to be amazing. So this year, the theme is Dream Your Dreams. Transformation is coming. And transformation really depends on you and what you want to do and how willing you are to follow what God has. So the verse that I wanted us to look at today is somewhat maybe obscure, but it's very powerful, and it's the Lord basically talking to Paul. But I think it applies to us a lot, especially those who are a little more serious about the gospel and want to take it to the world. And it's in Acts 18, and one of y'all showed it to me this week. It just reminded me of it. Jesse was kind of under attack, so he had read this or heard it, and so I looked it up, and it's Acts 18, and I'm going to use 9. 10 is what he was really looking at, but it's basically Paul's being worried about spreading the gospel. He's been threatened. And the Lord's response to him is epic. It's more or less, don't be afraid to share the gospel. Don't be afraid to take your message. Keep preaching. No one's going to harm you. No one's going to hurt you because I have many people in the city. When I thought about this and heard about this, I thought about what I consider my mighty men. And there are times when it's just you and the Lord. And yesterday for me, was kind of one of those times. Just a lot going on in my head. There was some issues with the some of the things that I struggle with my IBS and stuff going on. Just a lot of stuff, and dealing with ministry and finances in ministry. And this verse spoke volumes to me about remembering who's in control of the ministry and who's in control of what needs to go on. So, and as I was wondering about that, I was thinking about the same thing with our lives. What do we hold on to instead of the gospel? What are the things that the devil kind of throws at you to kind of make you off balance and throw you off a little bit? Because we sometimes put the battles that we have in flesh form, and in Ephesians 6:10 it talks about our wrestle's not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers and the principalities of this dark world. And it's the truth. And the devil will get us off anywhere that he can. He's going to make a mess out of anything he can, and he's going to strive to hurt us in any way that he can. And sometimes we get off balance and forget about that. And sometimes we get into a little bit of a pride issue, and we've got to be humbled a little bit to be brought back to where we need to be able to grow properly. So where does this leave you? And how are you dealing with the things in your life? I do a reset quite a bit where it's time with just me and Jesus. No planning, no distractions with TV or other things or books, or it's just me and him just kind of talking. And yesterday seemed to be one of those times as well, to kind of do a restart or a reboot. And what is the dream that you have? If you do the dream on your own completely, then there's really no gratification in it, because there's no one to share it with. Your dream may not be other people's dreams. And the transformation that you need is going to come from him. We can all transform our bodies. We can transform everything about us. But only God can transform a heart. And that's what has to happen. Sometimes he has to allow things to happen for a wake-up call. And sometimes we get on board real quick and understand what's going on and what we need to do. I was talking with several people about ministries and struggles, and I've realized a long time ago, pardon me, that God called me to one of the hardest ministries there ever was, because very few people want to support a ministry for men. Very few people want to be behind a ministry that just deals at the root with basic causes and not necessarily alcohol or drug or substance abuse or anything, but just the struggle that we as men go through, and creating a brotherhood of men that will be there and stand for each other. You know, if we support women, then there's a big outcry and a big support upraising, or children, or abuse situations. But there's very few groups that support men. There's very few groups that support single fathers they're trying to do it right. And I realize there's challenges and I understand them, but it's still what God called me to. And it's still effective, and it's still an amazing ministry, because we as guys, we need each other. And we need a place where we can be real and we can go and download. And my dream, of having a kind of a working therapeutic horse ranch for guys to go to and be able to restart, or if you've lost your job or you're just down, that places that you can go for a retreat to rejuvenate, rebuild your life, start over again. It's a dream, and it's a dream that I will keep alive and pray that the Lord can help fulfill it. What is your dream? And are you taking the Lord with it? Transformation starts when we start together, because He's the one that's going to protect us. He's the one who's got many, many people in the city that are with Him, that want to help fulfill your dreams, that want to help fulfill who you are. But that will only happen when you give everything to Him and try not to understand it on your own, but look at it through His eyes and what He needs to do. It's a reset for me. How about you? It's time to reset, get back to where you need to be with the Lord. Or if you're doing it already and you're striving, then let's do it together. Let's walk together. Be the men and women that God created you to be. I love you all. Don't forget about our ministry. And I pray that you have an amazing Sunday. Dream your dreams. Transformation is coming. God bless you all.